I don't know about you, but that looked like money.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeremy. Hope you're all doing well. What am I doing? The focus of this video is a rabbit hole that I kind of wish I didn't fall down, choose to go down, however you want to look at it. As the title of the video says, I'm attempting the largest player run of cards that I've ever done. It's of George Blanda. And for those of you who don't know, George Blanda played a long time, and he has a lot of cards. My George Blanda, I wouldn't say fanaticism or anything like that. I'm just a fan of unique players in NFL history, and Blanda's one of them. He was a Hall of Fame quarterback and would have been a Hall of Fame kicker too. He was a quarterback of my brother's favorite team and my dad's favorite team, and he was just a unique character. Recently, I won some auctions of some Blanda cards in high grade for really cheap prices, or I think they're cheap prices, and that kind of triggered or flipped the light switch on, a light bulb on in my head, however you want to, whatever analogy you want to use. And I was like, what the hell, let's try to put this whole thing together. I've got the rookie cards, I've got a couple of the other tough ones, let's give it a whirl. So in frame right now is one of the short prints that George Blanda has. I just received this yesterday. It's a 65 tops tall boy. Probably it's one of the top 5 cards in the set. Top 5, top 10. Probably the second best quarterback in the set behind the Namath. Again, this is a gorgeous card. It's in a 5. And it was relatively inexpensive. So putting this run together is the only pain it's going to cause. It's going to take up a lot of room. I'm going to have to buy another storage case just for George Blanda cardboard. But yeah, that's I really didn't need another player to do a player run on. I've already got probably too many. But this one should be fun. I don't know how many more I have to go. We're going to go through some of the ones I have real quick. But I say I'm probably only halfway there. And I've got a stack of slabs. And I'm only halfway. That's kind of makes it seem kind of daunting. But anyway, let's get to it. Like I said, this is the 65 tops. It is a short print. From here on out, we're going to go most recent to his rookie card. His most recent is going to be his last card. Look at that grizzled veteran right there. This is a 76 tops. So what's funny is 76 tops is Walter Payton's rookie year. George Blanda started football before Jim Brown started football, to kind of put it in perspective. But this is my 76 tops Blanda. Got it in an 8.5. Next up, I don't have a 75 yet, but I do have a 74. This is in a PSA 6. And his position on this card is kicker. I think he was primarily a kicker by this point of his career. Next up is a 72, and a really nice 72. It's in an 8.5. I got this at a card show last year in a trade. It's an absolutely beautiful copy. You don't see many that look like this. 72s are, as I've probably said too many times to everybody, but centering is awful on these cards. And this one is close to perfect. And the color's great. Yeah, look at this. Look at the stat line there. That's fantastic. Kind of need a magnifying glass. There are a couple years where he doesn't have cards. I don't think he has a 1970. He does have a 71. He doesn't have a 70. He does have a 69, and that's what I have here, graded as SGC 6.5. He's shown in his Houston Oilers jersey, but he was traded to the Raiders that offseason. So, hence the Raiders logo on the card. I love the backs of these. When they're clean, they look really good. But the problem with black backs is any sort of chipping shows up like a sore thumb. Next up is one of those cards I recently won on eBay in an auction. This is where Beckett slabs deserve a little more love. I talked about that last week in a video. A PSA 7 of this card would go for about double what I paid in a Beckett slab. And this Beckett, I think I looked this one up. This was graded back in 2016 or 2017. Back at that time, Beckett was, top dog or neck and neck with PSA. This is just a gorgeous example. 67 tops, just a beautiful set. Some people hate the TV outline, but I kind of dig it. And another one of the Beckett slabs that I won from the same seller. Now, I don't know if he had, I can't remember if he had something wrong in his titles or what, but there weren't very many bidders, and the winning price was super low. This 64 tops is an 8, graded by Beckett. The thing about the 64 tops Blanda is that this is a short print. And high grades there aren't many of them. So it's a short print, it's a near mint 8, and I just love it. So you'll see that it had to go off to Beckett authentication. I assume it's because the seller just sends everything there, or he assumed it was going to sell for more than $250. It did not, I can assure you that. But it went there anyway, that's fine. Next up is the 61 tops. Such a cool card. That yellow just pops off the card. His pose is kind of goofy there, but for as much yellow as there is on this, there aren't many print. I don't see really any print defects on this. It's a little ink up there on the upper left border, but there's the back, nice and clean. And the last one of the Beckett auctions that I won at very, very low prices is this 61 Fleer. I do not have the 60 Fleer, the 62 Fleer, or the 63 Fleer. The 62 Fleer I won in an auction and it got lost in the mail, which sucks because it was graded a 7.5 by SGC. And I won it for under 40 bucks, and now it's lost. So that kind of sucks. It's not the easiest card to find. But this one is a Mint 9. This is roughly a $200 card if it's PSA. I paid under $90 delivered for this one. Yeah, gorgeous card. Fleers are really tough. But Fleer made football cards from 1960 to 1963, and they're actually some of the nicer vintage football sets of the decade. They're really nice. He does not have a 59 tops. He does have a 58 tops, but I don't have it. The next one I have is a 57. This one's graded an SGC 7. Pretty nice card. I mean, he was a bear back then. The colors kind of work pretty good. Not a bad looking card. I love the cartoons on the back. He does have a 56 tops, but I don't have it. I do have a 55 Bowman, which is his second card. And there's a variation of this card that you may or may not know about. I'll talk about it in a second. But this one, it's graded a 5. I remember getting this a couple years ago for like 10 bucks. I couldn't believe it. Second year Blanda for 10 bucks, already slabbed. Sure, sign me up every time. But there is a variation to this. If you'll see, oops, sorry about that, just hit the camera. You see that red line? At first glance, that looks like a pen mark. And I thought it was a pen mark for the longest time until I did some research on it. Majority of these seem to have the red print line there, or whatever it is, but there are some that don't have it. But the majority of copies, it seems like, have this red line there, and it looks like a pen mark. And I think if somebody looked at this, you know, especially raw, they might pass it up thinking that, you know, it's never going to grade well, you know, it's going to have a qualifier on it. But yeah, that's not, it's not a pen mark, it's a print. I don't know if it's a defect or whatever, it's a print variation, I guess. So yeah, if you're ever on the hunt for 55 Bowman George Blanda, keep that in mind, that some have the red mark and some don't. And no, there doesn't seem to be a price difference. And last but not least, I have a beautiful George Blanda rookie card. I think it's one of the better looking rookie cards of any vintage Hall of Famer, honestly. Just a really clean card, the baby blue background with the dark jersey, and I don't know, everything just works. I'm not the biggest fan of 54 Bowman, the design, but this one just, I don't know, something about it. As I said, this is graded a 6.5 by SGC. It's a little off center, shifted from upper left down to the lower right, but other than that, this is a stunning looking card. And here is the back of the George Blanda rookie card. His rookie cards are not expensive. You can pick up a mid-grade for $100 and change. Low to mid-grades. And they are out there. But as with everything, 50s vintage football, centering is your big obstacle. So yeah, that's what I've got so far. How many cards was that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 12. I think that might be half. And that's not counting the like the inaction cards and any regional issues. I'm not going to even consider that right now. The biggest ones I think I need are going to be the 3 Fleer cards, and the 71 tops is actually kind of tricky just because of the condition issues. So yeah, I guess wish me luck. I'll keep you updated. You know, Monday mail days should show any Blanda acquisitions I get from now on. But don't expect this to be completed for a while. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day. We'll talk soon.